In this video, we'll be showing you how to use orchid plant food. It was created to give orchids the nutrients they need to bloom beautifully. For supplies, you'll need orchid plant food. You can use a watering can. Today, we'll be using a bowl for dunking, and a teaspoon. Simply add 1 teaspoon of plant food into 32 ounces of water, and stir gently. We prefer the dunking method for watering orchids. This is the reason orchids come with a thin, plastic inner pot. Simply pull out the orchid and submerge it in water. Just make sure they dry out in between waterings. Hold it in for about a minute, and then let it drain before you put it back in the pot. Also, air plants are related to orchids and can be dunked in the same bath. For an extra boost, you can use the orchid plant food as a leaf spray. You can use the same nutrient ratio and spray in the leaves of your orchids. Avoid the flowers if your orchid is blooming. This extra step is definitely worth it. Orchids can grow well in a variety of media, like this bark. Also, coconut coir and peat moss work great. It's important to choose a media that provides good drainage. Orchids are susceptible to root rot if you let them sit in water. In general, orchids like to dry out slightly between waterings. Use lukewarm water, as cold water can shock the plant. Be sure to monitor your orchids and adjust your watering practices as needed. For lighting, orchids prefer bright, indirect light, preferably near windows, but do your best to avoid putting them in direct sunlight. Follow these steps and your orchids will be thriving in no time. Thanks for checking out this video, and I hope you enjoy your orchid plant food.